Get upset on the internet. You're a salt adult. You're a salt adult.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Retro Station 1989. I'm Commander Dan, the commander and lone inhabitant of the Retro Station, where we review video games. Retro video games. And this is License to Play, where we review retro video games based on licensed properties. Things like movies or TV, superheroes, breakfast cereal mascots, and fast food mascots. And today we're... What the hell is that smell?
I'm cooking you a pizza. We're best friends.
Absolutely not. What the hell are you cooking anyway? It smells like someone incinerated a gorilla.
Stuff I found.
Margot! Please flood that room with disinfectant and, I don't know, cyanide. Then please eject that mess out the airlock.
The pizza or splat? Both?
Just the pizza. I can't take the bad karma for destroying something that pathetic.
Hooray!
That did get me thinking about how crappy the astronaut food is up here on the old station. Man. Well, today, let's talk about a game that is, it's a maligned game that I just recently played for the first time. But it's very close to someone who works here's heart. I'll tell you what. And, like everything else we play aboard here on the old Retro Station, maybe it's got something going on that people don't know about. Anyway, we'll start out with a bit of history like we always do, and I think you're going to see this title with some new eyes.
This tale of a simple restaurant, now a plague upon the world in some folks' eyes, and to others, its powers are as simple as fast food that's just below healthy but tasty. That story is really kind of weird. For me, well, I'm biased, but I happen to like McDonald's. Perhaps it's because, well, let me show you some of the examples of presents for my 5th birthday. My grandmother and parents, noticing that I loved commercials and was fully literate at age 2 because of commercials, they wanted to reward me with toys based on those commercials I gravitated toward. So they got me this, which, honestly, is a pretty neat toy. It was a Play School Little People McDonald's restaurant. It came with little burgers and stuff and was great to interact with, as a place that I'd been to with my parents and in person, but getting to control it as a little kid. My grandmother got my brother this monstrosity for his birthday, which I think they hoped would scare him into learning astrophysics or some shit. Look at that face! Jeepers, creep show. Anyway, you've probably already guessed, we're talking about McDonald's. And over time, every kid in America who's ever needed to be quieted by their folks has been shoved into a car and taken to a drive-thru, or to a play place with a curly slide and ball pit, and been entranced by a world of wonder through handfuls of fries and mouthfuls of burgers and shakes. But these days, McDonald's has lost a bit of that wonder, that McDonaldland magic. McDonald's, when I was growing up, had a world of magic in its commercials, and the flagship character was Ronald McDonald, and there was Grimace, and Captain Crook and the Fry Guys, Mayor McCheese and Big Mac and the Hamburglar, and then the Nugget Guys, and if it seems like a fever dream of psychedelic bullshit, well, it's because it was literally ripped off of other psychedelic bullshit, H.R. Puffin stuff. Yep, the wonderful world of Sid and Marty Krofft, Land of the Lost, Wonderbug and H.R. Puffin stuff, oh, and Lidsville. Seriously, the Krofft brothers sued McDonald's because McDonaldland was designed to be just like those shows. And in the 70s and 80s, this was after a study that found that children often had a hard time differentiating between ads and television shows. I mean, it helped the boom of public television in those days, and the settlement between McDonald's and the Krofts was for pissant money, and was called infringement. I mean, it kinda was, but mostly wasn't. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So that means, over time, McDonald's had to remove all the infringing characters, which meant no depictions of McDonaldland, no Mayor McCheese, no Fry Guys. And that's why McDonald's commercials just aren't as fun anymore. And if you want to be honest about it, I'm not loving it.
And yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, McDonald's kids-oriented content wasn't like the friendly coercion out of a Disney or what have you. But I mean, it was jolly and thoroughly entertaining on the TV. And, you know what, more than that, accessible. I mean, going to Disney World or Disneyland can be like a month's salary for some families. And with McDonald's, it was just McDonald's. You can go to McDonald's all the time. A trip to McDonald's is a trip to McDonald's. You know what I mean? Anyway, as the life of McDonaldland was dying off in the commercials, which was prohibited, they couldn't show anything from McDonaldland. And as you know now, today, it's just a bunch of families sitting around stuffing their fat faces with fat face food. Anyway, they pushed things like like comic books and videotapes. There was like a coloring book, so they'd hand out, and then moving on to licensed toys and video games inside the Happy Meals. But more importantly than that, they made actual video games.
Before we begin, let's talk with my wife Stephanie. She's the voice of Margot here on the show. The copy of McKids we're reviewing is literally her and her brother and sister's copy from when they were kids, and she loves this game. She convinced me that the game wasn't a flaming ball of goat shit or whatever AVGN called it by having me play it, and, well, you'll see what I think, but here's Stephanie's story.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I play Margot, and today I'm going to talk to you about McKids. It's a game that we got as a promotional thing for when we bought Earthbound as kids, and we really enjoyed it. We thought it was really fun. I mean, it was confusing at times because sometimes there's more than one card in a level, and sometimes it's not for that level. And you have to have cards to finish the level to move on to the next stage. And you can actually finish a level without getting a card, but then you can't move to the next stage. So you have to be careful about all that. But the control was great. The gameplay is pretty fun. I just always skipped over all the talking, which is only at the very beginning of each stage. And we really enjoyed the game.
MC Kids, or McKids, was produced by Virgin Games and Ocean Software for NES in 1992. And hearing both those names, you gotta know what you're gonna get. Number one, it's going to be a competent clone of a popular game's gameplay. And number two, it's gonna have a license slapped over it and integrated into those gameplay elements. And this game? Well, it's a competent game with a license, and it's good. The gameplay elements being cloned here from Super Mario 3, with a decidedly great implementation of the license. So let's take a look at the game, and you'll see what I mean. The story is this. Ronald McDonald has a magic bag and it's been stolen. He's asked Mick and Mac, not quite global gladiators yet, but definitely up for the challenge, to get it back for him. The game was ported to the Game Boy, but given a facelift to be a Cool Spot game, Spot the Cool Adventure. And believe me, this game and that game are worth a couple bucks it'll cost to get a copy. Wait. Oh, oops. Dude, really? I gotta say, as an aside, that shit where someone sets up an auction, but shipping for an NES cart is the going rate for the buy it now, that's total hog shit. I'll do a rant about that soon, I think, but for now, let's get back to the review. Anyway, the game has 6 worlds, with between 4 and 6 levels in each world. And in each world, the kids are tasked with finding the magic puzzle cards at the behest of the modern McDonald Land denizens. The first level is Ronald's clubhouse. The levels are woodlands and meadows near Ronald's house and are filled with the kinds of enemies you'd expect. Fish, weasels, and that kind of crap. Second level is Birdie's treehouse. The levels are clouds and mountaintops with rams, etc. And the cards aren't impossible to find here, but there are some that can be tricky. The third level is Grimace's Highlands. Cliffs and lakes. Similar enemies all over the place. And the fourth is Professor's Workshop. The levels in World 4 are deserts, a ship, and an enchanted forest. The fifth world is, like every 90s NES game that is worth its salt, the moon. Cosmic's levels are a maze, moon caves, and lunar surfaces with wacky gravity. And the last level is the Hamburglar's hideout. It's a terrifying hellscape. I mean, I don't think they even have food there. It makes Mordor look like fucking Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, which kind of explains why this motherfucker is stealing hamburgers and shit all the time. He's probably knee-deep in the dead at all times. All he wants to do is robble him some fucking fries. Give the man some fries. He wouldn't be acting out if you would just let him live, man. Anyway, the gameplay is just like Mario 2 and 3, except there's no run button. Just a pick up and toss button, basically. The difficulty is nominal. I've played this game several times with my wife, 2 players, and it's great. The collecting, the bonus levels, the overall sense of nostalgia for me. The game is really good. I mean, it's not perfect or anything, but it does leave us with just one question.
So, does McKids, or MC Kids for the NES by Virgin, have a license to play or not? You know what? Absolutely yes, it does. The graphics are what you'd expect out of Ocean in the 90s. It's a good title. It's got like graphics like Spin Dizzy Worlds, anything like a 90s platformer from UK, basically, if you know what that looks like. And we've seen enough games around here to kind of get what I'm talking about. And it uses the license perfectly well. I mean, it's got characters that were around at the very dying, dwindling days of McDonald Land, and the main characters, Mick and Mac, go on to bigger and better things over on the Genesis. But yes, I think absolutely this has a license to play. Now, one thing I will say about this is the price of this game right now is damn ridiculous. This is the actual copy that my wife Stephanie, the voice of Margot, owned as a kid. Her and her siblings played this game to death. And as I've played it with her, it's a lot of fun. It's one of the better games I've played, actually, here on License to Play. So, in that vein of thought, let's just, I'll ask you to go ahead and grab a Big Mac, get a quarter pounder, get some shakes and fries, and go ahead and have yourself a good old time at McDonald's, and scarf one up for your old commander, since I can't get that kind of deliciousness up here on the old retro station. And remember to always stay... What? Wow. Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally stoked. I am hyped for that. Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that next time on the show. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for hanging out. Please like if you liked what you saw. Subscribe if you want to know when we're coming out with more stuff. And that'll be that. And remember, more than anything I've said in this video, or in these live segments, or any of the recorded stuff, remember to always stay retro. Peace.
Throwing out a hissy fit, your views ain't in the millions, and every up and comer is a threat to what you're dealing in. Instead of getting better, you just spout up on your Facebook, crying on your Twitter bit about how bad your case look. In case you didn't get it yet, allow me to rephrase it. You cry more than my 4-year-old, I'm actually amazed. Like you couldn't even see the forest for the trees. The writing's on the wall, literally there to see. How you getting salted, a culture blowing up, man? I think there was a point where you started growing up, man. Instead of showing up, man, irrationally mad. Don't appropriate impression like the latest fashion fad. It isn't cool or funny to be acting like an edgelord. You alienate friends, push them closer to the edge more. I don't know how to say it anyway to make it clear. If you're the one unhappy, then the problem's in the mirror. Get upset on the internet. You're a salt adult. You're a salt adult. Get upset on the internet. You're a salt adult. The net is a repository